All right, and welcome to Out of the Woods. We have live music in the studio tonight. Yes, indeed, we do. Kate MacLeod is here.
Hi, I'm so glad to be here.
Well, you got your guitar.
I do.
We can start off and play a song if you like.
I'm going to play a song. So I'm going to warm up here with a song called I Love You Is Sometimes a Sound. I hear you say I love you. You went to say I love you. You went for me to say it too. But I love you is sometimes a sound. A better sentence could be, how do I love you? How do I know you? How do I lift you up? How do I not let you down? If I love you is sometimes a sound. I might have lost some of my hearing from listening to noise too long. And you can turn ahead with the words, but turn a life around with a love that's strong. Now what about the playground and the children of any town, and the barroom and the courtroom and the music of the wedding gowns? If I love you is sometimes a sound. It could be that the words are just too easy. It could be that some of the meaning is lost. Could be someone's interpretation, could be a subject of fiction or too high cost. I love you, I love you. The whole world says I love you. Meanwhile, someone waits and waits and waits and waits for love, because I love you. Sometimes a sound. The still small voice that moves me is softer than a heart that pounds, and the sweet chords of our longing become distorted when we bring them down. I hear you say I love you. You want to say I love you. You want for me to say it too. But I love you is sometimes a sound. A better
MacLeod live here on Out of the Woods. And you did that one with Kat, huh?
I did do that with Kat.
That's another one. How many did you do with her? Two CDs.
Two recordings with her.
Okay.
One is called Drawn from the Well, and one is called Lost and Found.
So, yeah, your new CD, we just started talking about that.
Yes, Kate MacLeod at Ken Sanders Rare Books. This project came to fruition when I realized how many songs I had in my notebooks that were inspired by books. Actually, there are more than on the recording. I recorded some more that didn't make it on the recording. But so this is actually a live concert performed for two different audiences on the same day at a bookstore in Salt Lake City at Ken Sanders Rare Books. And Ken Sanders is just an icon out there. He's quite the character, and he's a book publisher, and he does appraise on the Antiques Roadshow, and he is just notoriously funny. He's been hosting poets and authors and musicians for decades at his bookstore, so it's quite fitting that someone actually would do a project with his bookstore in mind.
Does he do music on a regular basis out there?
He just occasionally has someone coming through town who's on an off night. You know, Salt Lake City is always on the way to somewhere,
okay.
as we say. We always get these great artists in Salt Lake City. They're between Denver and San Francisco, and they get to play in Salt Lake for a smaller audience, a small, very appreciative audience.
Yeah, I like it when you pop the CD out. You have one of those clear inserts.
Yeah.
And there's a great photograph of you and Ken.
Yeah, that was from the evening of the concert.
That's just great. And you have all these wonderful photographs of old book spines and covers and bits and pieces of
They were
antiques.
all from the bookstore itself, from his store.
Did you walk around taking those pictures?
Yeah, I just walked around one day and took images from the books, and we used them in the liner notes. On the back, of course, the listeners can't see this, but there's this background here, which is from a 400-year-old book, of all things.
So you want to play another one for us?
Yeah, I think I'll pull something off of this project with my book-inspired songs. Let's see what I've got here. I'm going to sing one that's actually from the Western region. This is based on a memoir by one of my friends. Her name is Teresa Jordan, and she grew up on a ranch in Wyoming. She wrote this wonderful memoir called Riding the White Horse Home. This story's trying to make me cry, or is this the Chinook wind in my eye? Was it the fathers fighting the sons, the Iron Mountain mortgage, or the passing on that one? All the people buried there, their silver spurs were always passed down to someone. They fixed the old corral, they saved the orphan calf, they built the hall where we had fun. We knew the land so well, we knew each other well. I dreamed of riding my white horse while nothing would keep fate from taking the ranch away. Oh, well, the ladies moved away. The local store and the station, they burned down. My daddy broke another leg. I had my graduation day, yet only the hogback hills will stay here. I drifted so I did become, until I wrote down the memories of my loved ones. Now my new love, he's sure the one. He knows where I come from, and we ride horses when we're near some. so well. We knew each other well. I dream of riding my white horse while nothing would keep fate from taking the ranch away. And I remember baking with my mom and the little stone under my tongue, how they kept thirst away when I was young. Now I love the life I have, and I have plenty of days to face, but I sure miss the old home place. We knew the land so well, we knew each other well. I dream of riding my white horse while nothing would keep fate from taking the ranch away.
Kate MacLeod, you're on Out of the Woods. Very, very nice. And that one also appears on her previous CD. Or is that your previous one, Blooming?
Yes, Blooming. We did put that one on Blooming that Tim O'Brien produced. And on that album is Daryl Scott and Byron House and Kenny Malone. And
yeah, who are those guys?
They all ran off to tour with Robert Plant after my album.
Oh, yeah. Well, Tim O'Brien, he's I don't know how he does it. He's on everything. He pops up every new CD you get there. You're producing it or playing on it or both. Or
we talked about producing an album of mine, and we had it all agreed. Yeah, we're going to do, and we'll do it in a year or two. And then he won a Grammy, so I got his quote, the pre-Grammy quote. So.
Yeah, and Daryl Scott, you can't beat him either.
No, he was
what a voice.
Phenomenal. And we did the Blooming album all live as a band. We rehearsed the songs a couple of times, and we just played them. So I like to play like that with people, and all of the solos on here are completely on the fly.
Kate MacLeod's here live with us in the studio. We're just talking about what older songs we could play, some old favorites, and we thought of one.
Well, this is Lark in the Morning. It's on my very first recording that Charles Sautel produced. I sing of love lost, losing the time, letting it go free. Lark in the morning, another day before me, and I know that your love wasn't born on a promise for me. Lark in the morning, let it go free. But my eyes take me back to scene of love. I grow so weary with no word from a lover. Lark in the morning, another day before me, and your love is gone, most likely to some other. Lark in the morning, let it go free. But my eyes take me back to the scene of love. My eyes take me back. And my nights are no more fun. Lark in the morning, another day before me, and I'm making peace with losing a loved one. Lark in the morning, let it go free. but my eyes take me back to the scene of love. My
studio and Lark in the morning. Yes.
There's also a fiddle tune by that name.
Okay, that's probably where the confusion comes.
Yeah, some of the confusion of is that a song or is that a tune comes from.
I was flipping through some of my early playlists the other day, trying to remember what I used to play, and I kept coming up with Me and My Medicine and Alabama Midwife.
Alabama Midwife was inspired by a book, and it was. I recorded it that night of the concert, but I just didn't like the take of it, so I didn't put it on there. I'm sorry. The list of songs and books is not necessarily a list of books that I recommend people reading them all, you know. It's not like my favorite books. It just so happens that those particular books sparked some kind of further discussion in my mind. Some of them are amazing books and very important pieces of literature. Don't go and go, oh, I'm going to start a book club about this recording, because you don't want to do that. That would be funny.
That would be funny.
I'll tell you which ones are good. But I wouldn't put them in the liner notes because I'm not going to tell you on air.
So you didn't have any comic books or travel guides?
No, but I did have a children's book.
That's right, the Beatrix Potter.
I love the Beatrix Potter book.
That's right. Yeah. That's a good song, too.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I do like that.
I call that a children's song for adults. Well, I'm a big Beatrix Potter fan because my mother was a scientist when she was working. She is a scientist. But Beatrix Potter, I don't know if very many people remember the Little Peter Rabbit books. She wrote the whole series of Peter Rabbit, and she was famous for her watercolor illustrations in these little tiny books. The Tailor of Gloucester, and there's a whole list of these books. And she was a scientist. That was her passion. At the time that she was living, she wasn't allowed to work as a scientist in England because she was a woman. She was an award-winning artist and author, and she was an award-winning farmer, in fact, and she was very wealthy by the time she died. She actually donated large parcels of land to the National Trust in England for land preservation. So I'm a big fan of hers.
How could you not be?
Is that enough? Is that enough of a reason? All of those things?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can sing this song. This is called Lucy of Littletown, and it's based on the children's book of Beatrix Potter called The Tale of Mrs. Tiggywinkle, which is my personal favorite of hers. Lucy of Littletown lost her pocket handkerchief and her little penny somewhere on the ground. She's asking everywhere, in the bar, in the square, hoping her handkins and penny can be found. Tabby Kitten just keeps on washing, washing, washing. Sally Henny Penny clucking, clucking, clucking. Sally says I go barefoot, 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 and Robin, he just flew around. She hears Lily white and clean, with little frills between, oh, smooth and hard red rusty spot, never here be seen, oh. If you please with my wash, if you please, and for all the little animals, I'm the one to clean them. Lucy jumped the stile, scrambled up the hillside, and found little footprints by the stream. They led her to a door underneath the forest floor, with a little kitchen, ironing boards, and cups of tea. There the laundry lady sniffled, sniffled, snuffled. Her little brown eyes, they twinkled, twinkled, twinkled. Beneath her petticoat were prickle, prickle, prickles, and Mrs. Tiggywinkle sings. She sang, lily white and clean, with little frills between. Oh, smooth and hard, red, rusty spots, never here be seen. Oh, if you please, am I wash? If you please, and for all the little animals, I'm the one to clean them. And there in the basket were Lucy's lost handkerchiefs, mingled with the other clean clothes. Mittens and waistcoats, Peter Rabbit's blue coat, all inspected by Mrs. Tiggywinkle's nose. And they delivered clothing, skipping, skipping. Jenny ran sang, thank you, thank you, thank you. And everywhere were squirrels and mice and bunnies, and all the little lambs were white and clean. And they delivered clothing, skipping, skipping. Mrs. Tiggywinkle went running, 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 and Lucy thought she saw a hedgehog leaving behind Mrs. Tiggywinkle's clothes. Singing lily white and clean, with little frills between. Oh, smooth and hard, red, rusty spots, never here be seen. Oh, if you please, am I wash? If you please, and for all the little animals, I'm the one to clean them.
Kate MacLeod. I like it.
That is just too much fun. Thank you for allowing me to sing that silly little song.
Hey, I like kids' books. I love children's books. So that's my reading level right there. So.
You can tell I'm not afraid to make all my mistakes in public, which is what I do for a living.
Kate MacLeod's here with us live in the studio here on Out of the Woods, playing some songs that are on her new CD, Kate MacLeod, at Ken Sanders' Rare Books, a collection of songs inspired by books.
KateMacLeod.com. You'll find all kinds of information about that.
It's a great CD. I love your introductions on some of the songs there, too. Like, I think the first one I played when I got it was Blue Highways. And,
I just got to meet William Lee Steetmoon
on
Sunday night.
Did you?
Last Sunday night.
Oh,
I'd been in touch with him for maybe 25, close to 30 years about the two songs that are on this recording, Prairie Earth and Blue Highways. And we'd only written, like, first it was snail mail, and, we'd emailed some about it, but I'd never met him personally. So I was playing at a festival, the Big Muddy Festival in Boonville, and he lives about 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
So I emailed him. I said, I'm going to be right there. I'm going to take you out to eat. and of course, sometimes it's not always a good idea to meet people that you really want to meet.
Exactly. My wife says that about authors all the time.
I really had no idea what was going to happen.
My wife won't go to book signings just because, she's afraid she's going to come away thinking that one of her favorite authors is, the devil or something.
So I didn't know what to expect. And then we had a 3-hour dinner. We closed the restaurant. I had to get rid of it.
Oh, that's great.
It was great.
That's great.
So I can sing one of those.
Yeah, sure.
I can sing Blue Highways.
That'd be great.
Because I don't have my harmonica with me, which I use on Prairie Earth. So this was the first song that I wrote based on his books. It was his first big hit. My name is William Least Heat Moon. I've seen America out on the byroads, roads that you travel when you were lost. I quenched my thirst and prayed against the worst, searching for 6 calendar cafes out on the blue highway. Some say the old ways are far behind. I'd say they're more living old ways than new ways. It takes the blue highways to show you the sides, and I've seen firsthand the destruction of the land. Third degree, second, and worse. Out on the blue highway, there's quicksilver lightning and old ghost towns. People have come and gone, ghost dancing going on. Seems like I know all the folks here by name. We sugar running, fish in the rain, and monks in the mountains. Out on the blue highway, the least that I have come to know are how my thoughts in a circle go. East by northwest, west by southeast, signs of life in whoever you meet, with miles of highway there at my feet. I've been looking for some common ground. Out on the blue highway,
Blue Highways. I'm a Blue Highways kind of guy myself. Great stuff. Yes, and that's on the new CD. And was that one on one of your other recordings? That's the new one?
No, actually I wrote it decades ago, and I just was saving it. I don't know why, but apparently I did know why. Somewhere in the back of my brain, I just saved it.
I didn't think I'd heard it before.
No, but it's a very old one of mine. I have lots of songs in notebooks, and it's just I've been writing since I was a teenager. But, I didn't do this for a living I've only been doing this out and about for a while. I raised 3 children. I stayed home for 10 years. I worked at the violin making school in Salt Lake City. I studied violin making, which is why I moved to Salt Lake, because I'm originally from Washington, D.C. And I have been, though, as a hobby, starting out writing songs just to make sense of the world around me. And then my station in my community kept inviting me on to sing my songs. Then I played somewhere, and Charles Saltel heard me and said, "We got to get you a record." One thing after another led to me doing this now, which is fine with me. I've been playing music all my life, and obviously I play the fiddle. We talked about that because
right.
I've often hired as a fiddle player and violin player. I have been playing in my region for decades, so I'm quite well known there, even at the grocery store. I have to worry about how I dress when I go out of the house.
But it took you
But not outside of that region. It's funny. I have the funniest story about that was my daughter and I were shopping, and we were buying our stuff separately. So she was at one cashier and I was at another, and the woman at her cashier register said, "Oh, you're MacLeod. Are you related to Kate MacLeod, the musician?" And my daughter said, "Yeah, I'm her daughter." And the cashier said, "No, she doesn't have kids."